Okay, so today I'm going to be making some sweet tarts, I guess you'd call them. They have a good sugar cookie base, a cream cheese frosting, and then whatever toppings you'd like. These are perfect for any party or event where you're feeding a lot of people because they are so easy and simple. So we're going to start with the frosting. I am making a double batch. So normally for a single batch, I would use 1 thing of cream cheese, a thing of butter, and 16 ounces or 1 pound of Domino's confectioner sugar, or just any confectioner powdered sugar. Now I'm making a double batch because I'm making a significant amount. So I am making 2 of everything. It's as easy as can be. So you want your butter and cream cheese to be room temperature. And these have been laying out for a little bit, so they are. We have our stand mixer over here. You can use a hand mixer for this, but no, you're gonna be standing there for a little while working at it. So if you have a stand mixer, I would prefer, or I would recommend that you use it. So I'm just gonna put both the cream cheese in there and both of the butter sticks, and I'll be right back. All right, so both kind of bricks of cream cheese and both sticks of butter are in there. Now, we need to get it to where I can cleanly put a fork all the way through. And I always do this because I never wait long enough for them to get to be room temperature. They pretty much are, but I'm gonna stick them in the microwave for about 25 seconds and we'll be right back. So it was in there for about a minute and I just am able to smush my fork through it now, which is good. One thing you don't want are any bubbles. You don't want your cream cheese to cook at all. So I'm just gonna smush my butter just to get it softened up to kind of prep it for the mixer. Now you're gonna use your whisk attachment for this. So go ahead and pop that on. If you don't have the whisk attachment, whatever you have should be fine. All right, we're gonna put on low speed for just a couple minutes. All right, so that is what it looks like. I ended up cranking it up to like 4 on here, and I did scrape down the sides once and the bottom. You want to make sure that everything is well incorporated. Now I'm going to open up my bags of sugar. Now, if you are more patient than me, you will not need to do this. You can just pour it in a little bit at a time. I have to control myself with a measuring spoon because if I dump that bag in, it will all go in at one time and make a huge mess. So I'm going to use my 1/4 of a cup, and it'll take a little while, but that's okay. I'd rather it take a little while than make a huge mess. So we're just gonna keep adding this in slowly but surely until it's all incorporated. All right, so it's been in there for maybe 2 minutes, just mixing away, and it is ready to go. It is creamy, it is delicious. Now, I will admit, I have used this as a dip before for pretzels and graham crackers. All I've done is add chocolate chips to it, like a whole bag, or even half a bag, depending on how chocolatey you want it, and you're good to go. Once it is this, I don't want to waste any, I'm trying to get it all. Once it is this consistency, let me show you. It is literally a frosting. Like it should not fall off of your spoon. So it tastes so good, it's sweet, and the best thing is you can make it before. The shower isn't until tomorrow. I'm not assembling these tarts, these cookie tarts, until tomorrow. So all I'm gonna do is plop all of this in a bowl, seal it up, and put it in the fridge, and then tomorrow I'll get it out and assemble everything. One thing I will note is you have to refrigerate this. Have to. Cream cheese, gotta refrigerate it, no exceptions. All right, so now we're gonna make the bottom of the tart, the cookie crust. I'm gonna use Pillsbury rolled sugar cookie dough. Whatever the package you buy tells you to get, or just preheat your oven to, that's what you're gonna preheat your oven to. This brand says 350. If your brand says something else, heat it to whatever it says. You're just gonna cut these open into little pieces, and you're gonna roll. I went ahead and rolled, that way to save us some time. You want it to fit in the palm of your hand. And when you put it in your baking sheet, you want it to look like that, and you want to press it down really well. All right, so they baked for probably 11 to 12 minutes, and then what I do is I kind of drop them a couple times, and then the middles sink down just a little bit to make a nice little cup for your frosting. So you want to let them cool in this. You want them to be completely cooled before you even attempt to touch them. And then one thing I didn't say, I feel like it's kind of obvious, but just in case, this is a mini muffin or cupcake pan. It's not full size, thank you. And then don't grease your pan if it's non-stick because that will be a disaster for you, I promise. So I just have this pan to store it in. these in, and I have a butter knife, and I'm gonna start taking them out carefully. And they come out like perfect little cups. If you wanted, you could make these in bigger cupcake things, and you might be able to put ice cream in them. That might be good. I don't even need that knife. That worked out for me. Oh no! You might have some tragedies, like this one kind of fell apart, but that's okay because you can just eat it. Problem solved. And yes, I'm in sweatpants because I've been cooking all day long for this shower. So don't you judge me. And then while I was waiting for these to bake, I went ahead and rolled out the rest, as you can see. So I'm gonna drop them in, flatten them, and put them in the oven. Ooh, that one's really big. That's okay. Started on cutting up the fruit. I need to wash it really quick. Always make sure you wash your fruit, and then I'll be right back. I am using an older cutting board that is already stained because the last time I cut up blueberries, it stained one of my bowls forever. So I don't want to stain a new cutting board. So I'm gonna wash these and I'll be right back. Okay, so these are all nice and rinsed. I grabbed a few containers. This is like an old yogurt container, and then some Tupperware. And I'm just gonna cut these. The berries I'll probably just do in half. All right, so blueberries are rinsed and ready to start chopping those up. And it's a good thing the counter's clean. I cleaned it before I started, so we're good. If they're small, I'm just gonna leave them. And if they're big, I'll chop them up. All right, so now the strawberries. And last but not least, the kiwi. Alright, so we have our pieces, our cookie tarts that are perfectly in little bowls, and our frosting. Now, this has been in the fridge, and it has to be. So all I do, you could be patient and wait for it to thaw out. I'm gonna stick it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, stir it up, and it'll be good to go. Alright, so here's what your frosting looks like. So I do it really simple. You just fill up the cup, just like that, and you put it in a tin. Now, you can't stack these, that's the only bad thing, so you might need a couple of pans or cookie sheets, whatever you want to use. And we'll be back when we put the fruit on, and I'll tell you why I do that when I do it. Alright, so now it's time to decorate the sugar cookie tarts, and that fruit you saw me cut up earlier is all here and ready to go. We also have some chocolate chips, and I'm just gonna decorate. You can see I've decorated a couple. I am literally just sticking the stuff on. Like, it is not a science at all. I'm just putting on fruit. Some I'll do all one fruit, some I do multiple fruits. It just, whatever, it doesn't matter. And some I'll do all chocolate chips. I will not combine fruit and chocolate chips. I do those by themselves.